you know, if things don't turn around, this could fold eventually. You know, what we're facing now, which was possible extinction because music is stolen more than sold. It's only everything trying to push away from me. It's only
Since its birth, the recording industry has rarely been in the artist's favor. Record labels generally keep an artist in a state of indentured servitude by assuming creative control and taking the lion's share of the profits. This is Dean Martinetti, the founder of San Francisco-based heavy metal label Rogue Records. He has a different vision for the industry.
We're actually trying to help our artists, and we're trying to change the landscape of how music is created and distributed.
His label puts the power into the artist's hands by giving them complete creative control and letting them retain the rights to their own music. But before we get to that, we have to start from the beginning. The San Francisco Bay Area was ground zero for the emergence of digital downloading and has been crucial in the birth of heavy metal music. Many well-known bands have emerged from the Bay Area, such as Testament, Exodus, Machine Head, Faith No More, and Metallica. In 2000, Metallica was involved in a well-publicized lawsuit against startup file-sharing website Napster. Napster was eventually indicted for copyright infringement and was forced to restructure their company. Unknown at the time, this was to change how music was created, distributed, and heard. It was also the birth of music piracy and illegal downloading.
In the end, it does hurt the artists because they're not making the money off of it. So you really gotta support them. And it's nice to have like a CD, you know, and hold it in your hand and look through the art and like the physical work that's been put in.
If it's an artist I don't care about, then I probably won't buy their song. I'll just illegally download it. But if it's an artist I care about, then I'll probably buy the song.
It definitely screws a lot of people over, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of artists are also for it.
Since the start of music downloading and digital piracy, record labels have been increasingly losing revenue annually. In turn, they are reflecting that onto the bands and letting them earn less money as well.
The whole industry is fucked. Like every bit of it is fucked. The record industry is like the mafia. They give you X amount of dollars as an artist to do your job, and then they hold you over the barrel for that plus. So you take 10 grand, now you owe 20 grand. You take 20 grand, now you owe 40 grand. It doesn't happen for everybody, but it happens. It's the structure of the deal. And the stupid bands get sucked into that structure thinking that, oh, we're getting signed, we're going to be fucking rock stars tomorrow. When in reality, it's going to be, oh, we have to work twice as hard because we just borrowed all this money that we have to pay back. And if we don't pay it back, we're going to be getting dinged for the next God knows how many releases and thrown on the road for God knows how long until we pay it back.
We were approached by Rogue Records a few times. The first time we weren't really ready. They gave us time to get everything together, really. That's the good thing about Rogue. They really have the band in mind when they're doing stuff. So when they approached us again, the terms were very fair. They really just helped us do what we do. One of the best things about being on Rogue is the family. We put together a really good group for a bunch of bands. We're all together in the same boat, we're all on the same page.
One thing that they do that I don't think any other label does is they will post any new strategies or ideas that they have on the Facebook page, which all the bands can go on, they can post, they can comment on anything. So whenever the label has a new idea, they'll post it on there and be like, hey, what do you guys think? And let all the bands share their opinions. And they actually listen. They'll sit there and read every single comment. And I've never seen any other label do that.
What we're doing different is we're putting the control in the artist's hands. We're saying to the artist, it's your fucking business. You're coming to us with a demo for all intents and purposes with your first album that you're releasing with us. It could do good, it could do bad. So if it does really well, we make a lot of money. Obviously, I'm going to throw more money to you guys because you're making a lot of money for us, and you deserve more money on the second album so we can even get bigger. But if you're not doing well, I'm going to pull back. Why am I going to spend that money on it? I'm not going to sinkhole it myself And that's the challenge. Every band wants to be treated like a rock star. Every band wants that advancement, wants that cash. The problem is you cannot spread yourself that thin, because if you do, and they all flop, you're fucked. Because how are you going to pay your bills? The royalties you thought were coming in from the sales aren't there anymore. So we're giving control to the artists. Yet, we're still giving them money for PR, merchandise, product. We're not paying for tours. We're not paying for recordings. That's the band's responsibility. So it's a smart thing to do. As a startup, promote your business, touring, and make a product, your albums. My end is to be the guy that gets it out there, gets it to the people, gets the people knowing about you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The biggest challenge is we don't have any collateral to fall in on. If things go bad, I can't cash anything in because I own nothing. I'm licensing the rights to use the band's stuff. So if the band just flops, I'm out. Thousands of dollars usually. And it's happened.
When we work together, the release of our debut album, whatever it was, from media promotion to planning out the schedule, they will take on and listen to our own ideas.
The great thing about Rogue is the fact that it's a community, a collective of great minds and great artists. So we can really help each other out if there's anything that we need help with.
Things are different now. The internet has changed everything. Social media has changed everything. Smartphones have changed everything. You need to do something a little bit different to establish yourself. We're back to being a small fish in a gigantic ocean. As great as the internet is, because it gives us all this ability, it's flooded now. So we do need to stand out. So we're more personable. And I've written emails to people that have just bought CDs just to thank them for buying the CDs. That's our thing to the people. To the bands, we're available. Bands can contact me on our phones. And then we pay royalties, which is fucking unheard of. We've been paying out royalties to all the bands, make back the return of what we put into them. That's the thing. It's still a business. If I put $6,000 in you, I want at least $6,000 back. If there's any extra residuals, that's my 30% on sales. The 70 goes to the band because I've made back my marketing. That's where we're different. Every band we have is emerging. That's the risk. I'm taking the bands on that haven't proven themselves yet.
Work as hard as we work. Yes. So if the harder we work, it seems like the more they're putting into us, and vice versa. They're not asking for too much. They're not asking for too little. They're behind us with whatever we want to do, and their voice is something that's new is going on in the industry, which is something the industry needs.
We're at a point now where we don't start showing profit after really start thinking about what we're going to do. I have a couple ideas in mind. There's things I'm thinking about, but I don't want it to get to that level, only because it kind of cheapens what I'm trying to do. We've come to a point in the label's life cycle where we need to either shit or get off the pot. I got to make enough noise that people know what we're doing, but I also need people to realize that we have some really talented artists on this label as well. So it's put up or shut up moment for me. And I'm looking at ways to do that aren't going to cost me an arm and a leg, because we can't afford to do that anymore.
Rogue, it's all about finding new ways to reach people under present circumstances. I think it's great that they've been around for years and they don't just sit around wondering why the old business plans don't work anymore. And something's gotta change. And you can't just sit around waiting for change. You gotta invite change. So you gotta disrupt the system.
Rogue Records America is taking risks in order to pioneer the music industry for the digital age. With their unorthodox approach, they set themselves apart from the traditional record label. Even though their future is uncertain, they are still passionate in their convictions, talent, and resolve.
Oh, dude, I'm really proud of what we've done. For being as small as we are, the things that we've done.